Wilson, watch your step. So what are you doing?
Taking a video?
Oh, cool. Of what?
Fixing the wheel on the chopper.
What happened to the wheel? You know what you're doing, Wilson?
The bearing went out.
If Dad kicks off tomorrow and the bearings on the other side of the chopper go out, are you going to know how to fix it?
Hopefully.
Okay, so what we have here is the axle shaft, basically. Maybe if you stick around long enough, you'll see how that bolts back onto the chopper. But the hub over here fits onto the axle shaft, and onto the hub bolts the rim and the wheel, the tire. So there are two bearings in this hub, and I've got the races set back in there. I'm putting grease on the first bearing, which gets set in here. You see how it spins around very nicely within that race? Now I have to set a grease seal in there yet. Excuse me. And then carefully thread that onto the axle shaft there. And then we'll set the other bearing and seal down from the top. Excuse me, I need to get to my seals, which I've left on the floor over here. Okay, while I was at our local New Holland parts supply store, Treebold Implement in Whitewater, they looked up the book for me. There are two different seals. One of these seals, this is the outside seal, it goes against the nut. So we're not using that one right now. This is the inside seal. So, do you know what a seal does?
It keeps the grease from coming out.
Yeah, correct. And hopefully some dirt from going in.
Yeah.
So this gets set into here very carefully. It's a bit of a press fit. What I am going to do is take my dead blow hammer and a piece of wood.
The dead blow has sand inside it to help give it some extra.
Gently tap her down so it goes in there straight and I don't end up denting it. You set it on a more solid surface. So let me go out and set. Well, I'll set it right down here on the ground. Piece of homegrown cedar right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got that seal sitting flush with the back edge against the bearing. I'm going to take just a tiny bit of grease and run it around the lip of that. So when I slide her down, should go over.
Then should that spin on it nicely?
Yep.
Which it does.
Okay, so we got the first bearing and dust seal slid down to its limit there. So now we put the next one in from the top. Cap it off with the dust seal. Tighten her up with the castle nut. Set the pin.
No.
Fill the inners with grease.
What's this? This says, this one's the one that says nut.
The dust seal. That's the dust seal that goes against the nut.
Oh, that's what he meant by saying
Yes,
nut.
that's the
Oh.
one we looked up in the book.
Okay, yeah.
Because when I took this apart, both dust seals were so destroyed, I couldn't even tell that they were two different seals.
So now you're just packing the bearing as much as you can with grease.
Yep. Very evenly slide this down over that shaft. Into that race. Nice.
Did it fit? Yep.
And this dust seal gets hammered in right against that.
And this is the nut that goes over it, castle nut.
Okay, so this seals against the bearing. Goes in this way. See, it seals against the castle nut. The nut pushes the bearing down. That's why it looked that way when I took it out the other day.
Took it out. That was yesterday.
Yesterday. I was wondering, why did that look that way? Very nice. Okay.
Good job to New Holland back
I
in.
have to use my skills to...
What year is this? What year is this chopper?
Oh, I would imagine a 36 chopper could possibly date back to the 1960s.
Wow.
Nice.
Spin nicely. And then do we pump this full of grease?
Yep, after we set the nut down and tighten the hole. Whole assembly the way it's supposed to be.
So, and then is that our last bearing that we just put in?
Yep.
Nice.
Put a little...
So the wheel used to
on
go
the
like
surface.
as you drove around, but now it should just stay in one spot as it turns. But yeah, I remember one evening before supper after milking, you and I went up to the woods and replaced a wheel bearing on the
T-bine?
bale wagon.
Oh, bale wagon? Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But I remember you tried to teach me as much as you could teach a little
Now,
kid.
what you want to do when you
But yeah,
set a castle nut in the bearing, see how we got that tightened? So you want to back it off the very next spot where you can get your pin through.
so this still spins,
So it
but
spins freely.
it doesn't go.
Right.
We seem pretty tight, nice and tight.
So we'll put the pin through right there for now. Actually, let me just force our bearing down in. Not our bearing, our grease seal. Till we seat it. her off. Nice.
So now
Might not be up to NASCAR standards, but this thing goes 3 miles an hour around the field all day. We should hold us for another.
Oh, it's grabbing this. Yeah.
I don't have the
Pin in yet.
cotter pin in yet.
Cotter pin in.
I gotta go find it.
There's the hole.
Okay, so now we have our hub assembly together with the new bearings. And the way this chopper and most flail choppers that I've seen are built is that this axle over here is an integral part of the structure of the chopper. So we have to bolt this flange to this flange. At the same time, we sneak it through the rim. Has to go through this hole. Then we have a big bushing, grease bushing that comes over the rest of the axle and bolts to the outside frame. As opposed to just 4 lug nuts on the other side. We've had this side apart a number of times. I've never had the easy side apart.
Yeah, but
Isn't that just the way life works? So when putting this together, what we're going to do is put anti-seize compound on all the threads. I had done that last time and it came apart nice and easily. So.
I think the idea between the wheel being inside is just to, because it's behind stuff that's already been cut, I think.
Oh yeah, could be.
Okay, so now I've just been cleaning up these bolts.
Because those of you who have been watching our channel for at least 6 months can recall last fall, down across the field, across the creek, we were chopping oats in mud.
And this wheel
Has been wallowing in the mud ever since. We've got
yeah.
dirt to get out of here. Okay, that's the 4th one.
Okay.
Now we'll coat the threads. Try to shove them through. You know, actually, I should actually try to get the thread through the wheel and through that other hole first.
Will I have to set the camera somewhere for that? So I can help?
Yeah, you can help. That way Hank won't have to edit out the swear words. It's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Good camera angle.
Okay, if you can grab that tire. Wait a minute, let me get some anti-seize on this one. And I want you to raise it up just an inch so I can get these bolts through. And I can't remember, did they come from behind this way or do I shove them?
I think they come from behind.
Let's see if I have room to put them in. Might.
Yeah.
Right, raise that one up about an inch. And through. Nice. I'm just going to get that black nut and washer and then bolt started. We'll do the next one right away.
No, the other top one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it holds it nice. Is there anything I can be doing over here if I slid this bushing on? Could I be putting these bolts on yet?
Let me put this last bolt through and put a nut and washer on it, and then I'll lift that into place so you can slide that over. Why don't you take a shop towel and clean all the grease and dirt off of that part right there.
Inside too?
There's that one right on the ground. Pick it up, shake it out, and then clean off the outside first. Now, as I've taught you before, when putting multiple nut bolt
Yep, you just put
parts together,
a few on, and then you tighten them.
put them all together loosely until everything is fit, and then you can tighten it up.
Well, that's cleaner.
You know what? hub that I just bolted on can be oriented one of 4 ways. It needs to be oriented in one of 2 ways for that pin to sit in there and not fall out. And I forgot that, but I got lucky and got it in the right spot anyway. Alright, I'm going to pick her up. You thread that on. Nice. That's good enough, I think. Now.
Oh, I didn't get that out right. It needs to be twisted.
Turn it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you a center punch. Put it through one of those holes and that'll help you line it up.
Oh, it's hot. It was a little bit cooler than this, but not too cold. Okay, now this has nuts that goes on.
Just keep one of those in there. Just keep that in there. Grab the nuts that you're sitting on. And I think those get shoved through from the back to the front.
I thought.
And the nuts get spun on the front. Because it would just be easier to be able to hold it from the back with the wrench.
It would be easier, but I thought it went in and then it was.
I don't think so.
Okay. Alright. Oh, come on. It's too low. Try picking up that wheel once. Because this bushing is too low down.
Really? Even with the...
Yeah. See, now it's up higher.
Shove it through another hole.
First try shoving it through the bottom. There we go.
Now, I'll hold this. You get the other ones through. Three more. It must be on the floor behind you.
And here's the last one. Oh, this needs to come out. Oh, that's the problem I was having.
Right. Now, I need to clean my hands off. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.